Welcome to video number 19, the fourth part of my series on numerology. Very basic and simple to understand, which is sometimes the most spiritual form of mathematics. This video, you can also see the first three parts to understand more of what I'm saying here. But in a lot of my earlier works that I showed you in other videos, we have what is called the flow chart with the X, Z, and Y of geometry. And there's two basic curvatures to the universe, and not just the Einsteinian curvature, but there's a second one too. It's found throughout endless polarities and dualities throughout the universe. It's found greatly in the alchemy of the Middle Ages, and it's found here. Here we see the golden mean with the female line and the male squares. Okay, so that is what I mean when I show these kinds of graph charts in my videos. There's two curvatures moving in coordination but yet opposite of each other, as we find in nature. Okay, this video will start off with this understanding of depth, which is indicated as Z. It is a vortex. It creates the vortex. Z is the power of depth. So in the flow charts that I have created in the past and shown you, as the line gets higher and higher in the flow, it creates greater and greater depth and greater dimensions of depth, which I've discussed already. So now we have the Vesica Piscis creation. Starts off with 1, the singularity, the very first singularity of existence, which then divides into 2, which is the great polarity. There, the number 2 is created, and number 3 is created when there is a middle in between the polarity, the infinite polarity, and with the Z, the depth I was just talking about, which is now known as relativity. The gravitational forces of Z pushes the number into 3. And we now have the first triangle of 3. This can be thought of as the primordial mound of the Benben in Egyptian creation mythology. The Benben was a mound of primordial chaos that arose in the form of a basic pyramid. And then we move on to the second triad, which is more like an attraction reflection form, and that is going to create 6 in a minute here. That is the point when the lotus flower rises out of the primordial mound of the Benben. So we have the creation of the mound, and then we have the creation of that which flows upward. Together they form the Star of David, and I drew some really bad images of the Star of David. And there we have the numbers 6, the two triads formed together. So 4 and 5 is mixed in there, which is explained in parts 1, 2, and 3. And And so then we move into what is now 7. 7 with the circle that encompasses the 6, and 8 that is the singularity at the center. And then that, of course, starts the 1, 2, 3 process all over again. And we have 8, 9, and 10. The 10 is 1 and 0. The 1 and 0 in mysticism is 0 equals 2, or 1 plus 0 equals 2. That's the mystical way of understanding these things. Okay, so that's more or less the basic mystical summary, the creation of the numbers as related to geometry and physics and relativity. This is going to be the end of the numerology for now. And again, the universe reflects everywhere and in everything the polarity and the duality of the two curvatures of the universe, space-time curvatures. All of this knowledge was channeled down to me over the decades. This is just a very small part of it. And the universe is infinite in its creation. Again, we can think of the 3, the number 3, the creation, or the 2 process, as infinity. Infinity being a polarity of infinite, of an infinite pole between two ends that just goes on forever, and eternity being more of the turning of the circle of the eternal. And these spatial forces of creation are again much more to be thought of in the terms of X, Y, and Z, and the charts of geometry with depth. All right, and these are the forces that actually create the numbers and give the numbers their powers and their energies. This is my system of understanding. It's my own creation as it was shown to me. And please visit the other channels of channeled information, the other videos, to understand more of this. Okay, thank you very much, and see you in the next video.